Have any of you wondered sometimes why some people are able to move faster than me? Or you've had that thought before? Just type yes in the chat box. We've had that thought. Like I'm doing everything and I'm just doing all the activity, but things are not just moving. Money is not flowing, or I'm not able to get the result for others, or there's something that's stopping in spite of the action and intention, everything falling into place. And I can totally relate with this because I was in this zone for 6 years. Okay, not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years, for 6 freaking years, if I have to use that word. 6 years trying, not working, not working, not working, not working, and then suddenly things started to move forward. So what I want to do is I want to decode like what creates a shift first. And then I want you to reflect in your own life, like what do you think is the missing link? Like I will share from my perspective, like what worked for me. And I want to say, having said that, I don't want to change my story because those 6 years actually did not go waste. Everything kept adding up over time. Just that now we have a system that can accelerate it. That's the only difference. But still, effort is required. And I would not change my story because if I had not gone through all of those struggles and whatever challenges that I went through, I would not be able to create a system like this, okay, for all of us over here. So first, let's get to the root challenges. Okay, all of you type the word beliefs in the chat box. Type the word beliefs. What do you believe? What are your core beliefs about life? What are your core beliefs about business? What are your core beliefs about creating product? What are your core beliefs about serving others? Like all of us have an operating system through which we run our lives. And sometimes we don't even realize that some of these operating systems may be outdated. Okay, so some of us, we are not in the flow because we are not upgrading our internal operating system. It may be a still 1985 operating system or a Windows 95 operating system. Okay, how many of you remember the Windows 95 days? Give me a smiley in the chat box. Yeah, if you're a millennial, you won't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but yes, in fact, I remember that the era before that, which was the Windows 3.11, where we had paintbrush and solitaire and all of that. If you remember those days, give me a smiley in the chat box. Yeah, the DOS days. Okay. So the thing is, many of us are still having those operating systems, and we want to run at rocket speed over here, and we're not able to move because there's the operating system is too slow for the day and age that we are in. Okay, so the beliefs and all of that has a lot to do with our operating system. So that's one part of it, and I'm telling you my journey of evolution. So I had some beliefs about money, I had beliefs about business, okay. The second part of it is skills. All of you just type the word skills in the chat box. While you have a strong belief, do you have the relevant skill sets that are required for today's day and age, which can easily solve other people's problems? Okay. So I'll give an example. Let's say if you are somebody who's a postman, okay, back in the day, if you remember, or somebody who's used yellow pages, okay, you might have been very good having the skills in going and putting the post in different places, but today that is not valid anymore. Okay, of course, some people are going back to old form written letters, all of that is there, but today we have WhatsApp, okay, or we don't need yellow pages anymore. We have our contact book which is there on our phone, okay. So type the word relevance in the chat box. Relevance of your skills matters. Like what you did 25 years ago, honestly, I mean, it does not matter unless those skills are still applicable right now. Now, in case you're like that postman guy who had an ability to read people or by reading geographies, and now you can apply that experience and skill for the today's day and age in some way or form where you can solve other people's problems, that's fantastic. Okay. So we can't really ride on our past experience unless it is going to solve a relevant problem right now today. Okay. So that's the other piece I wanted to share. So for me, even though I had some experience before, but I was not really solving a problem in the market at scale because of different things. I had skill sets, but the skill sets were not giving me leverage, So how many of you are in that situation right now? Type me in the chat box. So where you have good skills, but it's not yet giving you leverage, either time leverage or money leverage. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I think many of you here are in that space. Then so beliefs is one part. Then we look at skills is another part. Sales. All of you just type the word sales in the chat box. Your ability to convey an idea to another person so that there is a value exchange. I use the word exchange here. It's not value giving, it's value exchange. So when the value exchange is your ability to help another person in whatever you're good at, and your ability to help them make a decision to pay you. Now, how many of you have some kind of a blockage in this area? Type me in the chat box, where you love to teach, but you don't feel like asking for money. I can tell you for sure, many of you are in that zone because I was in that zone. My vibe is attracting my tribe, okay? But you have to shift that. So for me, the game started to change when I started to translate my knowledge into income. And now, how do you break through the sales resistance or sales, this challenge is by selling more, or by giving an offer more and more and more. And in other words, the more rejections you face, the thicker skin you will get to be able to understand that people are not rejecting you, they're only rejecting your offer. But through that practice, your sales process will start to get better and better, and you'll start to get into a zone what I call as NS. All of you just type NS. NS is natural sales, where each one of you will have your own style of selling. I have my own style of selling, and I've given you the base, but all of you will have your own way of doing it. You'll be a natural salesperson. I mean, you can selling is not just about getting money, but also selling an idea. Okay. And I'm sure your kids are natural sales. How many of your kids you feel are natural at sales? Just type yes with a lot of exclamation marks. Yeah. They want something, they know how to get it from us. Yeah. They know how to sell the idea, and they know when to plant the idea, they know when to seed it, and they know how to get it. So we are actually born sales, but just that, situations in life and the upbringing, schooling system, all of us, we are trained to think more like workers, and we're not trained to think like or enablers of, we're not trained to think like a creator. Okay, so if all of you got the 3 points I mentioned, just type GT in the chat box. The first element of belief systems, the second element of skills, and the third element of sales. Like in a knowledge business, these are the 3 things that actually drive any kind of flow or momentum. For me, before, I had a blockage in all these 3 areas. My own beliefs, I had blockage in skills, and I had blockage in selling. Okay. So in order to break through this, or the breakthrough for me, my tipping point was 2018, 2017, 2018, where I had more opportunity to sell, and I had more opportunity to be in the personal development, space, in the right, I was attending all the Success Gyan events and everything else. And I had more opportunity to face the rejections through the different sales process, and I had more opportunity to actually, create also. I was creating a lot of content. Even now I create content. Okay. So the more I started to accelerate my creation, the results also started to come through. So another dimension to this is creation. All of you type the word creation in the chat box. Basically, content creation. Of course, there's also idea creation, there is strategy creation, there's course creation, many, many aspects of creation. So if I have to just break it down in a nutshell, you only need 2 things. Of course, I've shared many things, but the more you create something every day, it will give you the confidence to accelerate. So all of you just type CTA in the chat box. Create to accelerate is the formula. And part of creating is creating content, also creating strategies, creating your sales pitches, and actually going out there. So the first is creation. And the second thing combined with creation is community building. Okay. So just type CB in the chat box. So while you're creating courses and creating results and creating more sales through the creation, tapping into your creative power, by actually doing the things, not just learning, combined with you via building a community, like building a community around your knowledge, that's going to give you the momentum. Okay, so I've basically shared a few concepts. So we have beliefs, all these are base. We have the belief, we've got skills, and we have got sales. But what's on top of that is your ability to create, your ability to build, hold people together. Okay, so that's how I hope all of you are able to visualize what I'm saying. Type yes in the chat box. 3 blocks below and 2 blocks on top. Okay. So that was a tipping point for me. 2018 was, rather than just selling products and pushing products and closing deals, which I was doing as an agency before, I started to bring people together, and then the momentum started to snowball. So for us to be in that state of flow, we need to look at the 3 elements: base, blocks, and boosters. That's going to be the theme for today. So let's go into the base. So first is, when it comes to base, having a vision that is very clear. How many of you here are still not clear on your vision? Just type NC if you're not clear. If you're not too clear about the vision. Okay. So I'll give you some idea regarding vision. So I created a vision document, which all of you can just take a screenshot of. Okay. It can be as simple as this. Like, my vision has 3 elements. What is the problem in this world? What is our mission? And what is our vision? Okay. So the way I like to differentiate is, problem is our current education system is broken. Mission is what we want to build. Okay. So we want to build the world's largest society for dash, in this case, digital leaders. And for me, the vision is the outcome of that mission. So when we are on that mission, what is going to happen is, when more and more people become leaders, together we can collectively empower every human on earth. So you can create your own vision statement as a version 1 after today's call, and also look at what are the elements. In fact, these 10 elements that you see here, these are the principles on which my community is built. This is not the code of honor for ILH, it's more code of honor for the brand. Okay, for my internal teams. In fact, all of you can take a screenshot of this and just copy this. I'm saying just copy these 10 elements. If you've taken a screenshot, just type done in the chat box. Take a screenshot, okay? Because in a business model like this, you only need these 10 things. Number 1 is, you need to be student obsessed. What is best for the student is best for everyone. 2 is, you need to go all in. Like, commit fully, work hard, take initiative, and get things done. Long-term thinking, make short-term sacrifice for long-term success. Laser focus, keep the main thing, eliminate any distractions. Simplicity, less is more. Simplify every aspect of your life to gain momentum. Lean and frugal, constraints breed resourcefulness. So the more you feel constrained, it's actually good. You can actually get stuff done with lesser resources. So how you can do more with less. Full transparency, be brutally honest and transparent. Even if it hurts, it helps. Speed, fast is better than slow. Money and freedom love speed. World class, set high standards. Like, great isn't good enough. Be the best. In fact, our mentor says, be the best student of your topic and contribute. Give 10% in charity and build the richest society of givers. Okay. So can all of you see that your vision can just be taken from here? Yes, type yes in the chat box. I mean, you can just tweak these 3 statements, but all others can be just can be the same. Like this, if you want to tweak, you can, but you don't need anything more than this. So when you have clarity in your vision, it strengthens your base. Okay. Second is values, whatever I shared. The values are more like you can have those 10 points, which is already covered over here. And even the code of honor for your community would come under this. And number 3 is developing a simple strategy for whatever you're teaching. Can any of you remember, based on whatever I covered today, what is my simple strategy to become a successful digital coach? Type in the chat box if you remember what I said. Yeah, Nitya, you're the fast in that. Yeah, product, PST, all of you type PST. Product, sales, traffic. The simpler you can make your strategy, and I ideally have just 3 points, If people do these three things, they'll be able to, you'll be able to fulfill your vision. So the simpler you craft your vision, the better it is. So I want to give you an analogy, okay? Think of your base like multiple rivers flowing into one ocean. Each of those rivers, your vision, your values, your strategy, they're all contributing to event and eventually merging into your grand ocean, which is your ultimate goal. In the ultimate goal is 1 crore champion above. But let's say the base is say 3 lakh revenue, Hall of Fame status. You want to achieve that. And when you have this really clear, people will not buy your product. They'll buy into your vision and your values. This is the game changing aspect of our coaching industry that's happening right now. I believe 2025 is going to be the year of filtration in the coaching industry. All of you just type YOF, year of filtration. While there are many coaches rising, there's also a lot of noise in the marketplace. What's going to happen is the ones that will rise above this noise are the ones who have a stronger base, who are able to articulate their vision clearly, who are able to communicate their values clearly, and who are able to simplify their journey for their students. There could be two people teaching the same thing. People will go to the person who they feel more connected to in vision. And just doing a quick check, did all of you come into IELTS because of that reason? Type yes if it's so. Yeah, like you didn't, okay, I'm going to teach funnels and all of that stuff, there's no doubt. But I think many of you here, you came in because you were able to see the bigger picture. When I speak about Nalanda University, I truly believe that from the core of my heart. I feel we can redefine the whole thing. And it is not, this is not a script, by the way. It is who I am. Okay, I will do this for the rest of my life because I'm very connected with this mission and the vision. Okay, and I don't see myself doing anything else. I may improve it, I may enhance it, but the base will always remain the same. It may evolve or get even more stronger. Like when I started in 2018, the vision was not so clear. Okay, it was, yes, I'm a college dropout, I wanted to do something, but I wanted to make money. Okay, I started with that money as a vision, but slowly, thanks to Blair and everything else, the vision that I started to get is, okay, create more teachers, create more leaders. Okay, and then it evolved into Nalanda. And then now we are talking about telos, we're talking about uh, being like the sun and creating more stars and all of that. So the vision, it's the same core, but there's more detail that's being added to the vision over time because of intensifying the vision. If this makes sense, type MS in the chat box. This makes sense. So in the beginning, it may still be just a statement that you're reading, but the more and more you articulate it and you vocalize it, you'll start to believe in that more. And then that belief will set it really, really strong. And then when you communicate that belief to others, saying that, hey, this is why I'm doing this, when you're doing a webinar, when you're creating a content piece, when you're recording a video, people will connect with you for that. They'll buy from you for that vision and what you stand for. Not for the tactic. Tactic tool they'll get, yeah. But this is the main part. Yes. Now I want to run a poll on how can you strengthen your base. Even though I've given things like vision, values, strategy, product, all of this stuff, I want you to think out of the box now and think of different words. And we are going to be doing a word cloud right now. Okay, so I'm going to share a link. Enter one word at a time. Okay, if you have to just close your eyes now, go inwards and think about, ask yourself the question, how can I strengthen my base so that I can get into flow state? How can I strengthen my base? All of you do that. Just ask yourself that question. And you may get some answers beyond whatever I've shared. Don't share the same thing, whatever I've shared. Come up with something new. Okay? And once you've got your top 3 answers, open your eyes, click on that link, and enter one word at a time. What I'm doing is right now we have close to 500 people in this call. I want to bring in the collective energy of the group. And let us collectively enter 3 words each. How do we strengthen our vision? Ask yourself, how do I strengthen my vision? Give your 3 points. And enter one word at a time. How do you strengthen your base? How do you strengthen your base? I'll give you another 30 seconds, and then I'll share my screen where all of us can see the collective ideas that are coming. Okay, here we go. And I want to share my screen right now. And these are the words that are popping up. And all of you can take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot. So what we're going to do is, I want to take it one step further. Okay, I'll take a screenshot of this myself. And then I'm going to go to Chat GPT. Okay, I'm going to attach this file. I'm going to say analyze these words and give me 20 powerful affirmations to help me strengthen my base as a digital coach. Now you can try this yourself, okay? Now you can even go one step further and you can say, okay, so let's look at this first. I honor my commitment to consistency, showing up daily with unwavering energy and discipline. I embrace my authenticity, trusting that my real unique voice resonates with people I'm meant to serve. My integrity guides every decision, ensuring I always act with honesty and alignment. I maintain clarity in my vision and goals. And this sense of purpose keeps me focused and meaningful. So each one of you can do it in your own way. Awesome. I'll go through this later, but this is the first part. All of you take a screenshot of this. Once you got the screenshot, just type done in the chat box. What I want to do is, this is not just a theory session. I want you to translate these points, and this is like collectively 500 of us have put this word cloud together. Our collective brain is right here, where consistency, clarity, focus, action, authenticity, integrity, service, and mindset are like the top things that are required to strengthen the base. Now, for each one of you, the affirmation would come in a slightly different way, but that's perfectly fine. Okay. Now, you can do top 10 also. Do not have to do top 20. But I'm going to ask you this question. If you take these top 10 affirmations and you start your day by reading these affirmations, do you think you will start strengthening your base? Type yes in the chat box. Just open, the first thing you wake up, just read those 10 lines. If you want to do 20 lines, you can do 20 lines. Okay, so I'm giving you a practical idea to start embodying the principles that's going to help you strengthen your base. Okay, so now shall we go to the next piece of the puzzle? Type BIO in the chat box. So we've got this as a base and you've got your action, and now we are going to go to the next part, which is blocks. As I mentioned, your blocks, okay, I'll keep the analogy right on the top, okay? So imagine your blocks are like boulders in a river. They can slow or divert the flow. The goal is either to remove them or find a way to flow around them so that the water, which are your actions, can continue moving forward toward the ocean, which are your goals. If this makes sense, type MS in the chat box, okay? So you either remove them or you go around them, but you're not going to stop. So I came up with 3 ideas for this on what, and again, it's based on my experience in the last, before I started ILH, and I know many of you are going to go through these challenges, but I want to break down blocks into 3 parts. Number 1 is, what are your resistances? Okay. These are all like your internal stuff. So now I want you to type in the chat box and give me all your resistances that you can think of. Asking for money, overthinking, laziness, let me do it tomorrow, I don't have time, like who will buy from me, I'm not good enough. Okay, your inner critic, lack of self-confidence, perfectionism, like I have to get it perfect, only then I will launch. Fear of doing new things, anxiety, need to learn video editing, procrastination. That's one of the other points. Okay, but resistance, there are three parts. Okay, one is the internal resistance, two is the distractions, external distractions that are there. Okay, now all of you give me some ideas on external distractions. Shiny objects, screen time, reels, Instagram, Netflix, social media, television. Okay, your environment, external environment. Yeah, shopping, social media, procrastination, OTT, too much consumption, where only consuming. Family conflicts, daydreaming. Okay, going for parties, overconsumption. What else? Too much of clutter, mood. Your whole day is based on your mood. Okay. Yes. Sometimes the family, the children. If you're not systemizing your family life, then that could also be a distraction in your business. Yeah. Got it. All of you have got this point. Okay. Other blocks can be procrastination. So resistances are more like internal, distractions are external, and procrastination is the one thing that is going to delay your progress. Let me do it tomorrow, 1 week is gone. Let me do it next week, 1 month is gone. Let me do it next month, 1 year is gone. Have any of you experienced that before? Type BT in the chat box if you've been there. I've been there too, right? Let's do it later. Or waiting for the planets to align, or you have something, some logical thing that you have set or in your own mind where you want to avoid the action. Even in this hackathon, some of you may be like, I'll do it in next hackathon, but it never happens, right? It's those who have decided, okay, let me do it this hackathon itself, then it happens. Okay, so let's do a poll on this. Give me all the list of blockers now. Same link, I'm going to share that link right now. Give your list of blockers and I'll share my screen after this. Enter one word at a time. You can even repeat some of the words I've used, but close your eyes, go inwards, think about, okay, what are the three things that can block me? Think for yourself. And then you'll get those three words and type those three words. What do you think are going to be your top three blockers for 2025? I'll share my screen in a few seconds. Give me something new. Give me some new words. Give me all of the things that can block. Even if you have done three, go more than three if you want. But enter one word at a time. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And here's the list. Definitely number one is procrastination. Then comes laziness, then fear, then perfectionism, fear of failure. So what I'll do is the same thing. I'm going to take a screenshot. All of you can do the same. I'm going to chat GPT. Let me attach this. Analyze all these success blockers and convert them into positive affirmations to overcome them. 10 affirmations. Let it do that in the background, but let's see this. Yeah, technology, overwhelm, lack of focus, screen time, family conflicts, overthinking, social media, or distractions. Okay, so let's read some of these. I replace procrastination with consistent, purposeful action, trusting that every small step brings me closer to my goals. I welcome challenges and opportunities for growth. Okay, I value progress over perfection. I cultivate focus and clarity. I honor my worth and abilities. I use my time wisely. Amazing. Okay, all of you take a screenshot of this and type done in the chat box. Superb. And don't worry, you'll get the recording of this call also in case some of you are not able to take a screenshot on your phone. You can watch it later. Okay. So till this point, was this useful? All of you can type useful in the chat box. Like whatever I've shared till now, do you think it's practical? And you can actually start working on this. As I mentioned before, it's all about our software. Once the software is fixed through affirmations and all the stuff, the hardware and the systems are all readily available to you. It's on a golden platter right now with all of my freedom business model system, like how to conduct a webinar, how to create a video, how to design courses, how do you build product, how do you get sales, how do you get traffic. Like all of that is already covered in our entire system. Okay. Now we will go to the third piece of the puzzle. The third piece of the puzzle is boosters. All of you just type the word boosters in the chat box. Okay. So I'll give the analogy. So visualize your boost as winds that help your ship sail faster. You're on a ship. When you catch the right winds, that's your superpower, your collaborations and the systems, you will reach a destination with greater speed and lesser effort because the wind itself is making you flow versus going against the current or going against the wind. Okay. So the first point is your own unique ability. Each one of us are born with a unique ability, something which is very core to us. So I want you to type in the chat box, what do you think is your unique ability? What makes you different from somebody else? Like my unique ability is taking complex things and making it simple. That's my unique ability. There are a few others, but this is the main thing. Okay. What else? For Aftab, it's mindset. For Satish, it is guiding. For Lara, it is speaking. For Parna, it is simplicity. For Dr. Ashish, it is integration. Just note down your unique ability. Each one of you have your own unique abilities. Okay. Now the question is, how do you expand that unique ability? Like in the case of Lara, if she said she loves to speak, how can she be more in front of crowds? And how can she be more, speaking? How can she expand that? And the more you're in that zone, the more you'll start to shine. Now, some of you said, Sailesh is saying my unique ability is systemization. So how can you improve or expand on systemization? How can you create better systems? Okay, Sneh is saying connect with people fast. So how can you put yourself in situations where you connect with more people fast so that you can help, it can help you move towards your objectives. Okay. Definitely as a coach, we need to have those core skills. The core skill of the 5 pillars of freedom. Traffic generation, list building, conversions, copywriting, tribe building. These are like the 5 core skills that we all need, but then each one of us have our own unique abilities. Okay. Very good. Have all of you noted down your own unique ability in your notepads? Type noted in the chat box. I want you to note it down. And then think about that a little bit on how you can expand on that. Next, the area that's going to boost your progress in 2025 is tapping into the community network. I've said this before, not being a lone wolf, but by asking for help whenever you're stuck and giving help to others whenever they are stuck by following the code of honor within this community that we have. Okay. How many of you here have not really tapped into this community's full potential, type NY in the chat box if you have not yet. That means you have not yet spent time on the society for a long enough time. You've not messaged other members, or you have not really interacted with them much. So that should be one of your focus, because that's going to help you give you a boost. And that's the reason why I put together hackathons and teams and everything else, so that you're a part of the team, so that you don't feel alone on this journey. Okay. So next hackathon, can I have a commitment from all of you that you will be there for your team no matter what? Type yes with a lot of exclamation marks. Yeah. Like, don't just fill the application form and go incognito. You got to be there and be with your team. You start together, you finish together. Okay. And you inspire each other and you hold each other accountable. Facilitators will be there to support you. But great, that community network, the bonds that you create will take you for a lifetime. You'll build very deep connections with them. And number 3 is the way to boost is scaling through systems. Okay. And I've shared this before. Systems is not just technology systems. There are many aspects of a system. We have a nervous system. We have a cardiovascular system. We have a respiratory system. We have a skeletal system. We have so many subsystems in the body. Can you say that one system is better than the other? Can you say that? Can you say my nervous system is more important than the respiratory system? No. Can we say that our digestive system is more important than the cardiovascular system? No. All need to function together for a healthy business. All have a specific role to play. So in this business, there's a system to build products, there's a system to get traffic, and there's a system to get sales. And under that, there are many subsystems. How to do a webinar selling formula, how to do a one-to-one process. So I'm a systems guy, and I've simplified systems to a large extent for all of you, to the point where the codexes are making life easy for you, where I'm not just spoon feeding you with the system, but I'm spoon feeding you with a system that is true to you, based on what you enter into the codex, based on your topic and what you're aligned with. Okay. And I was really breaking my head on this for many years. Like, how can I really make things faster and better for the members? And it all boils down to this. Okay. So the context of how I teach and the systems will all remain the same for all of you, but the content will be different for each one of you. If you got that, if it makes sense, type MS in the chat box. So for example, webinar selling formula, you need to open with your acknowledgement and your ETR, your earn the right, and your mission story and everything else, and your values. Then you go into the 3 case studies and 6 problems, and then you go into 3 secrets, and then you have a sales bridge and sales pitch. There's a system for that. Okay. To record reels, first 3 seconds open with a hook, and then next 45 seconds give content value, then last 10 seconds give a call to action. Okay. And thank you, Sanjay, for that. Yes. You're given the full list of systems. Yeah. And I've done a podcast on this, on systems. All of you can check it out later. But in principle, systems are not only technology. I hope all of you got that. Just type GD if it's gone deep now, if you got that. It's not, systems does not mean only technology. It means everything. Even this inner circle call as a system. I always start with vision, and if I have to break it down over here, I always start my inner circle call with vision, code, strategy, mindset. What's the game, what's the focus, what are the updates, I announce the winners, and then we go into the topic for the week. Okay, like this week's topic is about flow. So I don't deviate from my template. I have a template for everything. Just follow the template. It works. Okay, all of you just type FTT. Follow the template. First is learn the template, and then follow the template. Apply it. Of course, you can improve it and enhance it if you want to move things around a little bit, but there's a purpose for everything. There's a purpose for inner circle. There's a purpose for hackathons. Okay. So now, how will you boost your business this year? I'm going to run another poll. Close your eyes, go inwards, and ask yourself the question: how can I boost my business? Tell universe, God, give me 3 ideas to boost my business. Give me my top 3 boosters. Get your idea, open your eyes, click on that link, and enter it one idea at a time. One idea at a time. Think of these boosters as like an escalator. Okay, like a walking escalator. Like people are walking slowly, but when you stand on the escalator, you're going to, and if you walk on that, you're going to go at much faster speed. Okay, you can get to your destination faster. So think from that perspective. What all can you do to increase your capacity to deliver results and attaining your goals with speed? I'll share the screen in 30 seconds. I'm seeing a lot of words, but there's one word that is very important that's missing, and I'll share that. Okay. Let's go to that word and let's see this. Good. Action, consistency, focus, systems, collaboration, service mindset, lead generation, creating content, everything else. You know what's the word? Sales. Sales is the word. Having more money in hitting your bank account can solve a lot of problems that not having money brings about. Are you with me on this? Just type ouch in the chat box if that hurt a little bit. Okay. And give me a smiley next to it. Making more money, getting more sales, okay, or having more money can solve a lot of problems that not having money brings about into our life. In fact, that is the ultimate booster if you see. Yes, all of this is important, no doubts. Yes, thank you for typing sales. I know I fed it into your mouth after seeing the response of all of you here, but yeah. Because when you start selling, or when you start seeing the revenue flow coming into it, you'll have the resources now to put it back into business, to put it back into growth, and your passion for your topic, it actually turns into something magical, right? But if your passion does not profit you, it will turn into poison. Yeah, you're just doing service, and money is not hitting your bank. You're feeling good that you're training people, but ultimately somebody is asking you in the family, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? You're not making any money." And then you see, "No, I'm helping people." You're feeling good about that, but you need the money in the bank. Okay, helping people is good, but I want you to all look at service, sales, selling equals service. Because think about it, we are living in a world right now where uh, we need these resources. Money is a resource. Money is a form of energy. Okay, and when you are able to look at that value exchange and expand on that, and hold firm ground on what you charge and everything else. Okay, you can start low but go high. All of that is there. This is to validate your value to yourself. Like suppose somebody asks you and you just do something for free in the beginning. Okay, it's fine. You're doing pro bono work. All of that is fine. And you feel good about it. But when you hold your ground and when the money hits the bank, that feeling is going to propel you much faster on top. Have any of you experienced that? Type I in the chat box. Where once the money has hit the bank, suddenly you feel, yes, I am worthy. Yes, this is my worth. And I have received that money. And once you've received that money and you feel that your worth, you will have the confidence to ask for more. Because that ask is going to benefit them more than you. You're going to be benefited for sure because there's money coming in your bank account. But when the other person pays you money, they are going to be benefited because they're going to take it seriously. When there's a value exchange, they will take it seriously. And I've shared this in my webinars before, but I'm going to repeat it once again. People who pay, they pay attention. I learned this from Russell Brunson, okay, many years back. People who pay, they pay attention. People who pay attention, they take action. People who take action, they get results. So would all of you agree with me that it is our moral responsibility to get damn good at sales? Type yes with a lot of exclamation marks. Yeah. So in the beginning stage, some of you may be learning the ropes, and gaining confidence in your topic. So you can probably charge a little lesser. But once you've got a result for a student, instantly your inner thermostat will go up, and then that's where you can start charging more. And this is the booster. Okay, so all of you take a screenshot of this and type done in the chat box if you got this. Thank you for this poll, because now I'm able to understand, and I'm sure all of you are able to understand the mindset of this group here. Okay. If I had not told sales, it would have still been action and consistency, and you would still be doing action, consistency, and waiting for the results. But ultimately, the main thing is going to be your cash flow. Especially this is the business, right? And then now one more thing, some of you may be having a challenge, right? Is like, I know many of you already said this, like you do not feel like asking for money. Okay, even I had this challenge where I did not feel like asking for money. I did not have that confidence of selling like how I have right now. Can I share with you the 1 degree shift that changed the game for me? Type BIO in the chat box. 1 degree shift. So any money that's coming, or when I start selling, right? The 1 degree shift is, because coming from a spiritual background, all of that stuff, sometimes we feel like we have to only serve, and don't keep the money in the side, all of that. Okay. And many of you know what I'm talking about, especially when you're coming from a spiritual background. You don't want to bring out the passion in asking people for money. Okay. So the 1 degree shift for me was converting my business into a cause. All of you just type B2C in the chat box. Business to cause. So my business right now is, there's a strong cause at the top, which is redefining education. But a good 5 to 10% of whatever I'm making, it goes towards causes that I believe in. So once the causes are very strong, now when I gave the charity for the first time, for some opportunities that I got to serve, even I don't normally share the numbers, but because last week we had this, last month we had the Bright Friday deal. Okay, I don't have that screenshot. Let me share the screenshot right now. Okay. I'm not able to find that right now. Yes. Okay. November we had a Bright Friday deal, and there were around, I think we had more than 100 people who came into Diamond that month. Okay. And then we associated that to a cause. So I got this letter from the organization that I was contributing to. So a percentage of all of your income went for this cause, to this Anamrita Foundation that I've been contributing for a few years now. So they said, on behalf of the foundation, we extend our deepest gratitude for you for generous sponsorship of midday meals for 60,000 children. So every single one of your revenue or money that you've given me, a percentage of that has gone towards this cause. So I want to thank you all. Okay, this letter is not for me; it is for us. So thank you. Now, this kind of a feeling when you're able to help somebody, and I'm not showing this to brag. No, I want to inspire you to build a community where the entire community can contribute to something big. I'm going to ask you the question: when you experience this contribution, would you agree with me that your drive to sell is going to be on a totally different level? Would all of you agree? Type agree in the chat box. Your drive, because now for me, when I sell, I'm looking at 2 elements. Number one is, you're going to benefit more than me when I'm selling diamond or silver or whatever. That's one part. But I'm also communicating that whatever you give me, a percentage is going towards something, a cause. So when you connect the business into a cause, and the cause also the bigger cause of like Nalanda University and everything else, your whole vibe of selling will shift. If that was a bulb on, type BO in the chat box. Vibe of selling will shift. because people will not look at you as a product pusher. They will look at you as somebody who means business, but who's doing business with a strong intention. And you don't have to say it, but they'll feel it. When they feel it and when they buy, they'll be the right customers for you. They'll be customers for life. Okay. So back to this boosters. Let's go to ChatGPT and see this. Okay. I'll take a screenshot of this. And all of you can take a screenshot. I think all of you have done it. And I'll just say analyze this and craft 10 affirmations to help me boost my business. So let's see what it throws out. So I want all of you to do this later today. So you'll have 10, 10, 10, 30 affirmations, which pretty much will get you into a state of flow. Okay. I take bold action every day. I confidently offer my services. I nurture meaningful collaborations. I trust my systems and processes. I show up consistently. I bring clarity and focus. Okay. So now I can just say that analyze all the 3 images and give me top 30 affirmations to help me strengthen my base, remove the blocks, and boost my business. Okay. This can be the final list. It's still thinking. Okay. Let it think. So while it's thinking, how many of you here are going to just BIFA on this? Type BIFA, brain in the freezer action. Okay, how are you going to take this action of getting your 30 affirmations and starting your day with these 30 affirmations? Yeah, some of you did it along with me. Fantastic, good to know. Brilliant, brilliant. BIFA is brain in the freezer action. Let's see this. I honor my commitment to consistency. I release procrastination. I bring authenticity to all I do. I practice daily discipline. I choose confidence over self-doubt. I reframe failure. Okay, so it's got some 30 ones, so that's perfect. Okay. So whatever I've shared with you today, the goal of this is to get you into your flow by working on your operating system. Okay. So let's do a recap of whatever I shared. What are the 3 things or the 3 base blocks that I shared in the beginning of this segment? The 3 base blocks: belief, skills. Yeah, thank you. I wanted that. Belief, skills, and sales. Okay, this is like the base. And above that, there were 2 other blocks that I shared. What are those 2 blocks? Create and community. Okay, so be a creator and build a community. So like that's like the basic framework. Yeah. And then to supplement that is what we just shared right now, is keeping that as the framework. If you are able to strengthen your base, remove the blocks and focus on your boosters, you're going to get into a state of flow. Now let's analyze a little bit more on state of flow. State of flow you can experience. Okay, all of you can take a screenshot of this too. Okay, I'll just open up all these blocks. I'll open up all these nodes, so you can take a screenshot of this. Yeah, all of you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, I'll open up the vision, strategy. Yeah, everything is open now. Yeah, take a screenshot and just type done in the chat box. I'll anyway ask my team to upload this mind map later, but you can do it for now. Yeah. Take a screenshot, type done. Perfect. Thank you. Let's analyze some top achievers. Swimmers, Olympians, cricketers, people into sports, people into music, or uh, yeah, like Elon Musk, or people who are into entrepreneurship and stuff. Let's decode flow state. Okay, if you take a sports person, can you give me some examples of what are the attributes of being in a flow state? What would you observe in them being in flow state, like a Sachin Tendulkar or a Virat Kohli, or like you know Messi? Yeah, what makes them in that flow state? Yeah, practice. Yeah, Michael Phelps, an example. Practice, seamless, practice, discipline, lifestyle. Okay, practice, discipline, lifestyle. These are like powerful points that you mentioned over here. And then what else? Yeah, consistency is come back over there. Resilience. So also mental toughness. Like if you make a post on social media and somebody says, you're a loser, you're posting this, and if you suddenly switch off, right, and you say, oh, somebody they said something to me, so I'm not going to post again. That's it. If you don't have resilience or mental toughness, you can't do it. Same thing even in this, like in this sport of digital coaching. Passion, commitment, aligning with their self, being present. Yes, resilience, discipline, practice. Especially people even in martial art, they have a lot of these elements. Okay. In fact, my son is learning Taekwondo from a master who's a fourth dan black belt in Taekwondo. And then I was just asking him a few questions like, how do you operate and everything else. So he said that he learned from his grandmaster, who's a 9 dan black belt. Probably it will take 65 years to get a 9 dan, and the 10th dan is when you actually when you die. That's the time you get the 10th dan. So uh, what he learned from his grandmaster is when it comes to flow, he says that stillness is he's shared a beautiful line. It's not when you're not doing anything. He's saying when you are able to be in the stillness while in motion, while everything is happening around you, especially in the martial art, that is where the magic is. Okay. Again, I go back to Kung Fu Panda, one of my favorite movies. Okay, that's what it is. So being in a state of flow is stillness, or they say no, calm in the chaos. Life is going to be stillness. Yeah, stillness in motion. That's one of the things that the grandmaster shared. Like when you're at that peak state, even in a martial art, uh, it's not that you're doing many things. You're very still within, but your muscle memory and the body has taken over, but internally you're in the stillness mode. Okay, even Bruce Lee's quote. Yeah, Bruce Lee also is a very, yeah, have the 1,000 kicks quote. There's a quote, I fear not the man who's learned 1,000 kicks. I fear the man who's learned one kick 1,000, who's practiced one kick 1,000 times. Okay. Give me a few other attributes of people in state of flow. It may seem very theoretical right now, okay, but you'll need to put into practice in the next hackathon. That's why I'm just setting the foundation for all of you now. Give me other attributes of flow state: centered, mindful, concentration, okay, distractions, visualization. All of you are scoring well, okay, in terms of ideas now, okay. Now let's come to the next part. Thank you for sharing. Let's come to the next part. What can put you out of flow state? Give me all the practical examples that will put you into a spin. I know we have gone to the blockers and our distractions, but I want to give me a practical scenario. What will put you into a spin? Self doubt, Insta, Give me the more practical example, not the logical example. Give me the practical example. Yeah, you get angry with yourself. You get angry with everything around you. Like things are working, things are not working as per your way, and you just you go into reactive mode. Okay. What else? Self sabotage. Self pity. Blaming, complaining, frustration, anger, laziness, indifference. Like, what is this thing? Yeah, just forget it. Like, I know I invested in this program, but this does not work. Like going completely on the other side of indifference. We've seen that happen to some of our coaches as well. They're self sabotaging themselves. The opportunity is there, but they just self sabotage because of their own insecurities. What else? Jealousy, envy, comparison, past traumas. Yeah, because all anything that's showing up is coming from somewhere in the past. So how do you deal with that? Paralysis by analysis. Yeah, backlog inertia, no recognition, mental laziness, relationship issues. Yeah, so frictions, any form of friction, mental friction, emotional friction, physical friction. This is all of the stuff that's actually going to stop us from going in the flow state. Okay. So we discussed flow state. We looked at the different concepts right now. I think we pretty much covered a lot of the elements. So theoretically, we're all good to go. If it's good to go, just add GTG in the chat box. Good to go? Okay. So what we're going to do now is, I just thought I'll take you through a visualization. Okay. Let's just do it together. Are you ready for visualization? So let's do this together. I'll have some nice music playing in the background. Okay. So I want all of you to just relax and just settle down and be very comfortable. Stretch your arms. Just get very present. Take a deep breath. Let it all go. And just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And just connect with the new. I'll have some nice music playing. Amazing. Stay with me. Just observe every part of your body. Starting from your head, your face, your shoulders. Just relax your shoulders, your arms, your fingers, your entire body, right down to your feet. You can feel a sense of calm. And you feel very connected with yourself. Focus on your breath. Just observe your breathing. Beautiful, you're doing really well. I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful, radiant ball. that is surrounding you. Like a small sun glowing, and you're in this. And this ball has all the amazing qualities and attributes of your genius. You can actually see it in front of you. Your amazing qualities. I want you to imagine all of those qualities entering your body. Those talents. You and that radiant ball are one. Those beautiful rays are entering every part of your system and dissolving all of those resistances that you may be thinking about. Imagine those resistances are like small black fragments in you, and the beautiful rays are just dissolving them. It's just disappearing. It's healing. You can feel a sense of love, self-love. I want you to tell yourself, I love myself. I believe myself. I believe in myself. I am awesome. Just feel the love going into every cell in your body. There's no room for anything else. You are an embodiment of change that you're going to create. I want you to tell yourself now, I am ready to expand. Say it once again and give yourself the command, I am ready to expand. Beautiful. Take a deep breath and say, I am ready to flow. You're doing amazing. Now imagine this ball expanding. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like the sun, and you are right at the center of it. And outside this transparent medium, which is so luminous, the light, you can see all the planets around you, people, resources. I want you to thank the resources. Just say thank you for coming into my life. Beautiful. You're doing really well. Now just visualize the rays from your huge sun is shining light all over the universe, your universe. And the light from you, from there, numerous stars are being born. Every star, the thousands and millions of stars, have an essence of you, your values, your vision. I just want you to thank the universe, thank God, and say this: thank you for making me a channel. Once again, thank you for making me a channel. I am now ready to do the work I need to do. You may get a message from God, from the universe. Receive it. Thank your masters. Your guardian angels, your spiritual team. Visualize every detail in this beautiful space. I want you to slowly start coming back to the present. Start to get more conscious of where you are. Keep your eyes closed. Just imagine whatever you've seen, the entire vision, enter every cell in your body. And you can recall this moment anytime you want. Slowly come back. Rub your palms. Touch your eyes. And open your eyes. You are the sun. All of you can type now. Come back to the moment. Type, I am the sun. Yes, you are. Thank you so much. We're going to call it a night. I don't want to play any music or anything after this. I want you to be in the same thought process. Uh, if you want to go back to this zone anytime, this is what we call as an anchor. In NLP, you can actually go back with music. I want to give you the track. Okay. The song that I used, this particular track, that's the track that I used. Okay. So the track that I used is called Retour, okay, by Tony Anderson. What you need to do, all of you just search for it later and have it on Spotify. And every day, just play that track and go back to this moment. You, the sun, the planets, expanding, all the qualities. Like you can always recall this moment anytime you want. Okay, I did a process similar to this many years back, and it was more like a sun process. Okay, uh, where I imagined the same thing, like myself expanding and sharing my knowledge to thousands of people. And I think I did it only once or twice, but I just recollected on that, and I said, okay, since Blair said be sun-like and create more stars, let's make this into a process. And yeah, I did not plan it. I think I just went with the flow. Okay, so use this music, get back to the zone, and the more you are connected to that zone, then you go back and listen to your affirmations and take the actions, whatever you have to take. Okay, how many of you feel that what we did today is going to get you in a flow state really fast? Type yes in the chat box. I believe what we've done now is has reprogrammed some part of you, which will help you transcend your own limitations and your limiting beliefs, because now you have dissolved that at a core level. And if whatever limiting beliefs or stuff that you have, go back to this music, go back to the zone and identify what that is and just dissolve it. Okay, and just keep dissolving it, and you're going to just move into the zone. Yeah.